What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? What's good? This is your boy, Mr. E, boss of the Southside Bosses. You already know we coming here on
DOSS Radio.
Yes, sir. So, as you already know, Reggae Hour is where we do our thing with the reggae industry, and we be putting it down for the underground reggae artists. That's why we got a great interview for you from your boy Redeemm, from the same label as Sky the Limit. So, y'all make sure y'all tune in, turn up, and zone up tonight, baby, because it's finna go down right here with your boy Redeemm, joining me here in the studio, or actually by phone. He's gonna be joining me by phone, so we can get it down and let y'all know exactly what's going to be going on with your boy Redeemm. He just dropped the new song that be coming out on October 15th, 2022, called Peculiar People, and we're going to be giving y'all a sneak peek of that right now. But first, I want to just ask y'all to go and like, subscribe, and then share us to all of your family and friends. You can find us on all of your favorite streaming services, whether it be iTunes, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon MP3, Deezer, whatever your streaming service is. We are there. All you got to do is put in Reggae Hour, baby. Hit that like, follow, or subscribe button, and then share us to all your family and friends so they can get some of this underground reggae out there butts, you feel me? We also going to be letting y'all hear for a word from a couple of our sponsors, and then a little bit of music, and then we're going to be going right into it with your boy Redeemm. We'll be having on the line, so y'all make sure y'all get ready for that. Hit that share button, baby. We going to be doing it. This here is a word from one of our sponsors.
Have you ever seen someone do something so outrageous that you can't help but think, this stupid crazy situations happen all the time, and people get into situationships on a regular. So, what would you do if you were in their place? Check out our podcast as we discuss just that on What Would You Do podcast on iTunes, Spotify, iHeart, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and all your other favorite streaming services. Make sure to search hashtag What Would You Do podcast.
Every morning when me rise up down at the river, go and swim. If you do not have no river, find yourself down at the spring. And you hear no a fatal before you hear up Elohim. If you a ball, check the barber, you are not the ill the king. Yeah, me granny Caroline, enough respect away me bring. Just a vessel Jaja using me to do a little thing. Do not pass your fallen brother, your duty is to help him. Unity me a promoting at the song them when me sing. So, what are we fighting for? Is it for earthly things? We are a peculiar people, children of one king. So what are we fighting for? Is it for earthly things? Let's join voices together. Babylon tremble when we sing. Brimstone and fire. No call on judgment on the youth, the innocent you no fi blame. How can you blame the youth them when you give them your name? And the youth them are afraid because you cheat them at your game. Jaja is the kings of kings and his lordship shall remain. Jaja is so merciful for every house of him for rain. Whether me traveling by me donkey and you're flying in your plane. Whether you're eating in your white house and me have a piece of cane. Could have black, your pink or white, a jab blood flowing through we veins. So, what are we fighting for? Is it for earthly things? We are a peculiar people, children of one king. So what are we fighting for? Is it for earthly things? Let's join voices together. Babylon trip. Hey Babylon, sing. How can you say we are free when I need a passport with a visa stamp to travel to your country? How can you say we are free when it takes almost 200 of my dollar to purchase one of your currency? How can you say we are free when we do not have a machine to simply take care of our baby? Am I your enemy? We are not on the battlefield. Then why do you wanna kill me? Was I not created by the hands of Jah Almighty? So what are we fighting for? Is it for earthly things? We are a peculiar people, children of one king. So what are we fighting for? Is it for earthly things? Let's join voices together. Babylon tremble when we sing. Every morning when we rise up down at the river, will I swim. If you do not have no river, find yourself down at the spring. And your ear know what fit all before you hear up Elohim. If you a ball, check the Baba, you are not the ill the king. Yeah, me granny Carolina, no respect away me bring. Just a vessel judge are using me to do a little thing. Do not pass your fallen brother, your duty is to help him. Unity me a promoting, not the song them when me sing. So, what are we fighting for? Is it for earthly things? We are a peculiar people, children of one king. So what are we fighting for? Is it for earthly things? Let's join voices together. Babylon tremble when we sing.
Southside
Radio, Southside Bosses, its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the talk show host or their guests. Statements or show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of the site or the radio station, and opinions between talk show hosts may conflict. This site does not endorse anything as the truth. That you will have to judge for yourself. But we try to speak the truth on the owner's behalf and reserve the right to question the supposed truth. In this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and government corruption, it is sometimes hard to get to the truth, but we must try. It is not our intention to libel, discriminate, make hate, or annoy anyone. We believe that it is our constitutional First Amendment right of free speech to voice our opinions and our duty to the Constitution and country to expose the truth. This site takes no responsibility for the opinions of others and the postings of comments in chat rooms or forum posts.
As Mr. Flavor, I am proud to bring to you Mr. E's Music Maestro.
Yes, we are back and we are in the building, and you already know what that means, that we got a great show for you tonight. We got your boy Redeemm in the building, coming straight from Jamaica, doing the thing down there. Gotta say, man, I love that song, Peculiar People, man. So tell the world a little bit about yourself real quick, man. Who is Redeemm?
Well, I can tell you, man, Redeemm, as the name says, born in Jamaica, St. Catherine, growing up, went to high school, get my subject, working for the government, didn't complete my course at the UWI, wanted to do music from a child, but my mom told me that, hey, go get your education, bro. So, been working for the government, music has been my passion, and I just keep working, but it was never my thing. Was never happy. So I said, you know what? Let's get back into music. My mom told me that, hey, something is missing. Something is missing, son. This is not you. So I said, Mom, it doesn't matter where I go in the world, what kind of work I do, the ability I have, something was still missing, And so I get back into writing. And I'm going to be honest with you, bro. This song was written more than 8 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yep. That's the power of you learning about who you are. Be true to yourself, where you're coming from and where you want to go.
You're right about that.
So I just want to tell the people out there that by listening to this piece, keep your ears out for a lot more, because trust me, this is only a tip or a scratch of what is coming to the world from Redeemm.
Right. That's what I like to hear, boy, because we get more like that. And by going 8 years strong, you already know that this song has already surpassed the test of being a classic. So this is a song that's timeless in itself, man. And and the part where you say, what are we fighting for? Earthly things? That's exactly what you see every time you turn on the news, man. Every time you go outside.
Every day.
Exactly.
Every day.
Exactly.
Every day. Every day. And I mean, if someone now don't step up and put this out, because a lot of persons will not be listening to the world news. They don't read. So my thing is that by listening to Redeemm, I would love to be like a newspaper for those who don't read.
Right.
For those who love music, they can get the information just by listening. Many persons will not go to the library. They will not pick up a book. But they will tune in to Eba.
Yes.
And then when Eba says Redeemm is on, then the information which will be coming, it will be from history. It will be the present. And I will tell you a little about the future just by looking on everyday activity. That is what Redeemm will be bringing to the world.
Right. And man, the world needs so much more of that, man. Like I say, you see all this nonsense is going on with the war in Ukraine, and then we look at the war in our streets, and it's just war. And it's hard to actually see the beauty in things whenever you see so much negativity around you. But one thing in your song, it forces people to look at the positive. It forces people to look at the blessings that they still got. Because yes, you're sitting over here, you're fighting for these earthly things, but we're all children of the Most High King. We are. So that you always going to have as a win for you. And the way that you brought that connection together was just a beautiful way of doing that, man. When can we expect more music from Redeemm?
Like when?
Yeah.
I mean, it is going to be message after message, message after message. There are going to be information where persons can sit back, look into themselves, see and hear what this world is doing, what they are doing behind the scene, what those in power are doing, what the Almighty requires of us, and the direction that we can go as a people. That is what is coming, and let me tell you, it's not long from now, bro.
Right.
It's not long from now. It's the time for people to be awoke.
Yes.
And I'm here by the Almighty God to do just that.
That's real. That's real.
You won't be waiting long for the next one.
That's what I like to hear. So when did you understand that you had this calling and this blessing to be able to bring people the knowledge that they needed to bring? When did you actually fully understand that?
As a child, about the age of about 12. My mom is of such. She is a spiritual person. We were taught as kids to don't just follow what we are seeing, but then seek. While in high school, while persons were really reading books about passing sexy, I was really at the library. I was reading, studying way ahead of my time. That is the reason why I can give you lyrical content that I've written 10, 12 years ago, which today seems like it is just being written.
Right.
And I'm telling you this now. The next 10, 12 songs that will be heard from me, all those are songs that are written with dates 8, 10 to 12 years ago.
Wow.
Nothing new, so just imagine now. And by people hearing them. I don't even want to speak too much on it. I want my work to speak for itself.
Exactly. I feel that. And I respect that. I respect that. But in order for us to fully understand the work and how you came up with it, we need to know more about Redeemm. Tell me, as a youth, how was it like where are you from originally?
All right. As I said, Jamaica, born St. Catherine, went to high school in St. Catherine. My mom was always a tower in my life. By growing up, the streets of Jamaica, you see a lot of things. You would hear based on the radio. You would see a lot of stuff based on the news. But there's always two sides to it. There's always positive and there's always negative. Where you're from, you have had the opportunity to be involved in negative activities because it's all around you.
Yes.
But then, you being a strong person, know exactly what you want from a tender age by your upbringing, then you will see. Look at this. It's Redeemm, known as Earl Morrison. My mom, she called me Luke, as from the Bible.
Yeah, I'm about to ask that.
Good. And therefore, the message that is coming, it will be as such. But while growing up, I'm not going to tell you that it was all ice cream and chips. We had was to grow up on faith, trust. You have to be conscious. You have to be focused. At a tender age, we were taught to differentiate between right and wrong, good and evil, because it does exist.
Yes.
And it's not like we could come home and tell our mom that, you know, we got involved in this. She would not have it.
Right.
Our mom didn't have to go to school. Like now, you see a lot of parents running to school, fighting and stuff. Our mother doesn't play that.
Right.
So, by growing up, a household of 7, she was there to make sure that everything was on par, in line. Even though we weren't those persons who have everything that we wanted, but our needs were met.
That.
And if we don't have it, we learn to do without.
And that's something that a lot of these kids don't get nowadays. It's they're all about want, gimme, not realizing that you have to be able to take care of your needs first. Because even if you get what you want, if you didn't take care of your needs, you're gonna find yourself in a position to give up your wants. Like, do you have any like examples you could tell us that you had, like how you came to learn that invaluable life lesson?
All right. As you say, and I will constantly referring to my mom. She was that person to us, the value that she exhibited. She was the example of what a mother is supposed to be.
Right.
She's always there to correct. The value that she instilled in us, they are still with us today as we speak. We do not allow our mom to hear certain things, hear certain words from our mouth. She reasoned positively. And her lesson to us, it's for life. And that's exactly what I'm here to pass on, because I realize that many of us young people today doesn't have that.
Exactly.
You understand? So, my craft is definitely what it says. In this piece, what are we fighting for? Many more to come. A lot of questions will be asked in my pieces, to which I have already known the answers by means of studying,
Exactly.
research. Because every single line, I try my best to make sure that it makes sense. It's not about putting some words together, go on a beat, and rhyming something.
Thank you.
That's not music.
It's not.
Music is life.
Music
And
imitates life.
There's a power that comes from music. And if you realize how far music reaches someone, then people would start to write stuff that has true value that will last for ages, that every person or every jargon of life can listen to, can relate to, and say, this makes sense.
Exactly.
Something must be said that someone listening to the music might stop it, go back and say, let me hear what was said a while ago. I want to hear it again. If you're not thinking that way, it doesn't make sense to put pen to paper.
Exactly. It is hard to resonate with things that are like very like intangible. For example, with hip hop, with rap, you know what I'm saying? That seemed to be, in the United States at least, or in this Western hemisphere, seems to be a predominant music genre. And if you listen to it, I remember driving to work the other day, and I usually have my music playing, and my music is strictly reggae. No, all types of reggae, from ska to dancehall to, all types. You know what I'm saying? That's all I listen to. But one day I was like, you know what? I done heard every song in my playlist about at least 4 times this past week. Let me turn on the radio and see. Turn on the radio, and it's literally exactly what you just said, is that music isn't just people saying words just to make sure that a word rhymes at the end, and it makes no sense. It's getting to the point where they're even putting in sounds. I don't know if anybody know what onomatopoeia is, but that's pretty much like pow. The word is spelled like it sounds. That's all they're using in music nowadays. Like, what do you suggest in order to get people out of that mind frame and out of that way of making music? Like, what's a step that they could take? I heard you say something about reading. Is that something they want to look into?
All right. Many of us, as it says, that if you want to hide something from persons, put it into a book.
Exactly.
But many of the persons who I talk with or I've spoken to before, many times they normally ask the question, where do you get this information from? And I say, listen up. The information is out there, it's at your fingertip. But it all depends on what you are looking for. If you do not rise in the morning with a purpose, how do you plan to end the day with one if you didn't plan to start the day with one?
That part.
Listen this. The only thing necessary for evil to strive is for good men to sit by and do nothing. Knowledge is out there. Seek. It's there. The same phone that you have, the same computer, the same laptop, the same tablet. Put in the right question, the right information will come out. But listen this, garbage in, garbage out.
Yes.
That was from my mom. And then, when you push garbage too much, you start to get comfortable with the garbage. And as I said before, as a young man, as a child, I wanted to do music. I started, but persons would come to me with negative feedback based on the direction that they wanted me to go. I said, music is my life, but I cannot do this. This is not me.
Right.
I have to be true to who I am. Whatever music I put out, my mom should be able to listen to it.
You're right.
Then my child should be able to listen to it. Students going to school should be able to listen to my music and be able to pass some history exam.
Right.
Then, if your music is not out there to teach and teach positively, what is it that you are doing? Is it song or music?
Exactly. Now, it's a lot of people out there, because we all know, if we actually know anything about anything, that we are living in modern day Babylon. People are using the education that they get from the modern day Babylon in their lives while living in Babylon, and they're seeing that they're getting some reward, not realizing that the information that Babylon is giving them is only going to work in Babylon, and Babylon will not last too late, will not stand too long. How do you reach people like that who are just adamant on this knowledge that I got? I got a master's degree, I got a doctorate, everything I know is right. How do you reach somebody like that?
Let me say this now. One of the hardest things to do is to teach someone who already say to themselves that I am a learned person. Persons who are teachable are those who are willing to accept that what I know is of a system. Now I'm going to unlearn the system to learn reality.
Mm.
We were taught by the system, go to school, get an education, get a job, and save your money at the bank. That's what you were told.
Right.
Why weren't we told, yes, seek knowledge, create stuff, be happy about what you create so you can enhance your following generation to do what they are happy doing. Many persons put on a suit and tie, they go to work every day, but they are not happy. But it is because we were taught to go, learn, we were sent to their school, sent to their university, sent to their job, sent to their bank, and then we were sent home to start over again every day.
Ooh,
Is that life?
that is life.
That's life.
That is not what we're supposed to be doing. And that is an amazing perception of exactly how day-to-day getting by looks like. That's exactly what it's not living, it's day-to-day getting by.
That is only existing.
Exactly.
It's not living.
I couldn't have put it any better way. Like, a lot of people don't know that they're zombies. A lot of people don't know that they're dead. They're walking dead. They think that they're alive, not understanding that natural breathing, does not say you're alive. And it's amazing that somebody came up with this system, and other people was like, "Wow, that sounds good."
Without even checking the system.
Right.
Because you and I were told that we came to this part of the world and we were taught how to do this and how to do that. But how many person really know that it's the other way around?
Exactly.
It's the other way around.
Thank you. Everything that is known to man right now was established before the oppressor even came into existence. That's why they had to make us do the work for them, because they didn't know how. They knew we knew how, and we tried to teach them, but they were like, that seems a little bit too hard. Why don't you do it? Matter of fact, we're going to make you do it.
And then, after you have completed doing that, then the accolades and the achievement comes under their name.
Yes, you got a doctorate, but you got it from Duke University.
Oh, but do you really got what it takes?
Exactly.
Because you can speak life into someone who believes that they are dead.
Exactly.
You can speak life. And therefore, they know who we are by what we say.
Exactly. And that's why when you talk to a lot of learned people, they use words wrong. And you wonder, and it's like, I thought you had a doctorate. Well, they were taught what words are. They was taught how to pronounce words, and they was taught what part of speech, but they was never taught the full meaning of what these words are.
They never taught, because they can speak only from a classroom setting point of view.
Right.
Take them out of that comfort zone, and they cannot relate.
Exactly. And this is
because they're only again existing. They're not living.
exactly. See, they had to take the apprenticeship out because that's how we taught. We didn't teach in the classroom. We taught hands-on because the knowledge was in the craft. Now they done took the knowledge out the craft and they teaching people just the craft, but in a classroom setting, so they don't really know how to make it applicable in life. And this sounds like, and that's why when I heard your music, Peculiar People, all of that, it's like it's saying exactly that. It is saying exactly that we do not know what we are doing. We don't even know when we wake up because we're still asleep. We don't know that the knowledge that we got is hindering us because it's not true knowledge. Like with that being said, what advice can you give to the people? Let them know how they can perceive or take the perception of, I don't know what I think I know.
All right. It's not hard. First thing we need to do is to accept that what we have was given to us by a particular group or set of persons. That's the first thing we need to know. Mm-hmm. And we need to accept that. I am willing to learn what it is that is necessary for my survival in terms of out of the comfort zone given to me by a system. Take away from me that PhD that was given to me by this system. How do I function without that? Is it this me? Do I need to get up on somebody's time, watch my clock, set my clock to go to bed, set the same clock to wake up to get to work on somebody's time? When will it be on my time?
That's
the first question. Next thing. Can I step away from what I have learned for so long to now learn what I need to live?
Right.
Because all I have been doing is existing.
Exactly.
When was the last time do I step outside in the night, gaze in the sky to look at what God has created? Am I just working for a bill to fulfill that which comes in the mail at the end of the month? Is that what I'm living for?
Right.
When was the last time do you step outside, prepare something naturally without what was given to you from the lab or from the tin, from the store? When?
That's real.
Is my life about going into my house, sleep under the AC? I get up, I get in my car in the AC, go to work in the AC, and I'm back home. Am I really living?
That's a minor convenience. But you're trading freedom for minor conveniences, and they call it life.
Listen to this now, and they call it life. But listen, we were told to retire at a certain age.
Yes.
The retired age is for you to give back everything that you have worked to the system.
Yes.
So you have not stopped one day to gaze on the mountain that you drove past every single day?
Nope. Nope.
Is that living?
It's not. It's not.
It's not.
You can't.
So every day I get up, say, okay, I'm going to take a vacation. I'm going to step away from all this. And you say that every day for the past 40 years. You find out that you're 50 and you haven't taken that time to gaze upon what God has created.
Exactly.
Are you living? You pass on the same thing to your children.
Yep. That's the generational curse.
Oh. Not living. And so forth. My music should be of such to open the eyes of those who are looking but they are not seeing.
Right.
Open the mind of those who are using it, but they are not related to it.
That.
First of all, before we can ask the world question, you need to ask yourself question. Am I really living? What is or what will be your footprint after I am gone? What kind of footprint do you plan to leave after I am gone?
Right.
Is my children successful because I left them some zeros in a bank account?
If that's all you thinking about, then you really failed.
Then you really fail. You are successful when you teach your kids how to survive, how to connect spiritually, mentally, and physically.
Yep. And if I'm not mistaken, even the oppressors know this, because there's a billionaire, I believe it was Steve Jobs, that didn't leave his children anything. Billionaire, but he didn't leave his children anything. He said that they had to learn how to get it on their own.
Yep.
I actually see that now. I actually see why he was, because if you learn how to get it on your own, you will never, ever have to be worried about taking advantage of. And that knowledge transfers to your children. So
yes,
he done transferred knowledge into you. You done added on to that knowledge. You done transferred it to your child. Your child adds on to that knowledge and transfer it to their child. That way, when you come back, you get transferred with all of this knowledge. You learn more and transfer it back to your child and keep the cycle going.
And if you can get that ripple out, then it will trickle out to your upcoming generation, and we can have a better home, better community, better society, better country, better world.
Yes. There's no other way to say it other than that. I love that. That is exactly the mentality that we are supposed to be adopting, especially us heavily melanated Asiatics, you know what I'm saying, or so-called black people. We have to actually understand that, because that is what's been taken away from us. It's been taken out of, we've been taken out of that ripple and placed in a whole nother pond, and the ripples that has been started there has been started by other people who are actually throwing their fishing rods into that pond to snatch us up. See how your music get me thinking, man?
I tell you, trust me, boy, as I said, my message needs to get out there so people who are looking out can now look within.
Yes.
Find strength in who you are.
Yes.
As I said, listen to what is coming from Redeemm. Compare, do your research. Listen to each line, do your research. Because a lot more will be coming.
Yeah.
I will be opening up the eyes of those who are in Babylon. Because Babylon is a system.
Yes.
It's a system. And when you believe that you have to depend on that system to survive, then you have given up your human right to choose and to live. When you break away from that system and you can survive without existing but living, then you can step away and look into Babylon and say, that is not for me.
Exactly.
And one person will pull out one, and that one will pull out another one. And then they will begin to realize that all these years, what we were taught, it's just for me to get by and to accept what the system says.
Yep.
But that was only existing. now we are going to live. Because you never start living until you appreciate what is given to us naturally by the Almighty God.
Oh man, say that again.
You will never start living until you learn to appreciate what was given to you by the Almighty God.
That's a sound bite. That's going to be the snippet that I use to promote this interview, because that is the truth.
You got me over here at church.
That is the utmost truth.
That's it, my brother.
I'm
going to leave something with you.
Yes.
Do you know what power is?
Now, enlighten me.
All right. Power is you who finds yourself in certain positions to do that which is not the norm to another human being. But by you being who you are, instead of using that power to tear down another human being, you will use it to uplift somebody who needs upliftment, because it is easier to do that which is bad than that which is good.
Yes, that is true. And anybody who listens to my show Revolutionary Hour know I say all the time that our mission in life is to uplift fallen humanity. I quote Prophet Noble Drew Ali, who was one of the prophets of the Moors. That was his mission that he gave to us Asiatics, was to uplift fallen humanity. We have been doing it all of our existence. Even in slave times, we was uplifting the people who couldn't do the work or wouldn't do the work themselves. So we was in a position of power even when we were slaves. I like that.
Even when we were a slave.
I love that. That is a great aspect. See, that's what I mean. We got to get more music from you. We definitely got to get more music. And we're going to have you back on Reggae Hour for more interviews, because the knowledge, the wisdom that you drop in is exactly what we need and exactly why this platform exists, man. We are in the age of Aquarius. We're waking up, and the ones who are becoming awake are like babies, and we have to give them this milk so that they can be nurtured and bring forth exactly what you said. Real living. All right, well, let us know something like, are you going to be doing shows soon, or are you going to be like give us a timeline? What can we be expecting? What can we be expecting to hear more music? Because we know Peculiar People haven't dropped yet. When are you supposed to be dropping that?
Well, by the help of the Almighty God, we hope to drop that by the 15th of this month.
Yes.
Which is about a few days from now.
Yes.
But we have already put pieces together to come right after.
Perfect. So it's going to be more music dropping. We got to get you more interviews so we can get more of this knowledge, because people understand. See, when they hear music and then they get to know the artist and get to hear the knowledge from it, they understand the music better. And I said, once I heard this song, your manager sent this to me like, hey, we just want to hear what you think about it. I heard this song, we got to book an interview now. I was like, this song is a hit. It is a hit, and we are so blessed to have you on here on Reggae Hour, and we are definitely going to have to keep in touch. We're about to actually sign off, but is there anything you want to say to all of the fans out there, everybody who's listening right now? You want to give some shout outs or anything like that?
Well, it's not about a shout out. It's about awakening.
Yes.
What you have heard in this interview is just a tip of what we have to say. Because if all the knowledge was to be passed on, time would not allow that by just this show alone.
Right.
There are a lot of questions that need to be answered. I will be answering a lot of persons' questions in my songs. And to those who are listening and will be listening, music alone shall live, never shall die. Therefore, I am not here to let you hear something that is going to pass through your ears now, and tomorrow it is forgotten. What I'm sending to the ears of persons is to enter the ears, to go to the soul, so that persons can gain consciousness and be awoken. Because more will be coming. Knowledge increases, and I will be pushing information and message to those whose ears are open, but they are not hearing, to those whose eyes are open, but they are not seeing. I'm going to be sending information through my music that when they listen, they will see what I'm saying.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, I do.
It is coming.
That's real.
Redeemm, it is Redeemm. Nothing will be coming from this vessel that will not be suitable for the world to hear this year, next year, and as long as time lasts. It will be coming.
Yes, I like that. I like that. We here for it. This platform, you could use this as your personal platform, because I already trust that the music that you're going to be dropping, the knowledge that you're going to be dropping, the message that you're going to be delivering is going to be one of deliverance. So I can't wait to hear more, man. I'm gonna be bumping Peculiar People for a while. That's in my personal playlist. If you ain't ready for it, October 15th, you better be ready for it, because Peculiar People drop for your personal usage for all the fans out there. So you better be ready to drop to go and hey, tell us, matter of fact, how will we be able to hear it once you drop it on October 15th?
Well, as I said, I'm sure E-Boss will be dropping it first.
Oh, yes.
And you know that once E-Boss drop it, then it will be everywhere else. It will be on the cloud. It will be on Spotify. It will be on Apple. It will be all on the digital platform. You just have to go and get it.
Yes.
It will be there. And the video will be out behind it.
Oof. That's going to be a powerful video. That's going to be powerful right there.
I tell you.
Yes, yes. All right, man. It was a blessing once again to have you on. Definitely got to keep bringing you back on. So we want to have updates on all your music. Everybody, you heard it right here. Peculiar People by your boy Redeemm. You'll be able to catch him on Spotify, iHeart, iTunes, Google Podcasts, especially with us. And you'll be able to hear Peculiar People yourself. And I guarantee you're going to have it in your personal playlist, just like me right now. I've been bumping that one. Even my wife liked that one. But my wife was loving that. She heard the words and was like, I like this. But it was a blessing having you on once again, man. Any last words you want to say before we close out?
Yes. Keep listening. The high heights is not for those who start swiftly, but your knowledge will increase the moment you start to allow Babylon to decrease.
Yes. Love it. Love it.
Go.
Let's go. Right. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. It is going down. We got your boy Redeemm here on Reggae Album with BOS says radio, and this is just the beginning. So make sure y'all get y'all brains ready, because boy, the knowledge is coming, and with the knowledge come courage, and with that courage, change is going to happen. I can already see it. I'm glad to be a platform for you, man. Well, you have a great evening, sir, and hey, everybody, keep your ears out for Redeemm. You heard me? This is BOS Radios. You already know how we like to get down. All right.
Every morning when me rise rise up down at the river, will I swim? If you do not have no river, find yourself down at the spring. And your ear know a fit all before you hear up Elohim. If you a bally, check the barber, you are not the ill the king. Yeah, me granny Caroline, enough respect away me bring. Just a vessel, Jaja using me to do a little thing. Do not pass your fallen brother, your duty is to help him. Unity me a promoting, not the song them when me sing. So, what are we fighting for? Is it for earthly things? We are a peculiar people, children of one king. So what are we fighting for? Is it for earthly things? Let's join voices together. Babylon tremble when we sing. Brimstone and fire. No call on judgment on the youth, the innocent, you know fi blame. How can you blame the youth them when you give them your name? And the youth them are afraid because you cheat them at your game. Jaja is the kings of kings and his lordship shall remain. Jaja is so merciful for every house of him for rain. Whether me traveling by me donkey and you're flying in your plane. Whether you're eating in your white house and me have a piece of cane. Could a black, your pink or white, a jab blood flowing through we veins. So, what are we fighting for? Is it for earthly things? We are a peculiar people, children of one king. So what are we fighting for? Is it for earthly things? Let's join voices together. Babylon trade. Hey Babylon, sing. How can you say we are free when I need a passport with a visa stamp to travel to your country? How can you say we are free when it takes almost 200 of my dollar to purchase one of your currency? How can you say we are free when we do not have a machine to simply take care of our baby? Am I your enemy? We are not on the battlefield. Then why do you want to kill me? Was I not created by the hands of Jah Almighty? So what are we fighting for? Is it for earthly things? We are a peculiar people, children of one king. So what are we fighting for? Is it for earthly things? Let's join voices together. Babylon tremble when we sing. Every morning when we rise up down at the river, will I swim? If you do not have no river, find yourself down at the spring. And your ear know a fit all before you hear up Elohim. If you a bally, check the barber, you are not the ill the king. Yeah, me granny Caroline, enough respect away me bring. Just a vessel, Jaja using me to do a little thing. Do not pass your fallen brother, your duty is to help him. Unity me a promoting, not the song them when me sing. So, what are we fighting for? Is it for earthly things? We are a peculiar people, children of one king. So what are we fighting for? Is it for earthly things? Let's join voices together. Babylon tremble when we sing.
Feel the best you and save with any of our skincare sets. With either soap and oil or soap and butter or a combination of all three, heal your skin and keep it with the shine and healthy enough to withstand the sun. No matter what your skin needs, Southside Beauty Care will continue to help you through those rough patches of skin to the smoothness of butter dripping off of your body. Mix and match it till you find a skincare regimen that's tailored for your skin and designed to obtain perfection. Come to Southside Beauty Care and see what we have designed specifically for you.
BOSS Radio. BOSS Radio. BOSS Radio. BOSS Radio. BOSS.